This is Esther and her little ewe lamb that she had last night. And she's a single, which means she's a little bigger than some lambs. She's so big, actually, sometimes she has to kneel in order to nurse, which they all have to do eventually, but it's unusual at this age to have to do it. But seems to be doing well. Brought her into this little lambing stall last night, which I don't always do, and I won't probably later on when there's bunches of them having it and I don't have time. But it's a good way to start their first 24 hours. She's able to get consistent nursing. Esther's not as worried about where the other sheep are around her baby. They're well bonded, and her baby has the ability to get around well before we put them out there with the rest of the flock. There you go. You see how she's kneeling to get down to nurse. Well, maybe she's just going to lay down. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm not sure she knows either. She's trying to decide. Esther is a 5-year-old ewe. She's a really great mom. As she's getting older, this year and last year, both she had singles. The year before that, she had triplets. So she's aging out. She's kind of getting less babies in her litter. I do the best I can not to interfere. She had the baby on her own. I did move her into this stall, which was probably the most traumatic time. I did dip the baby's umbilical cord and check to see what sex it was. Waited to make sure that it nursed. And it really wasn't clear. This one didn't. I never really saw it nurse last night. But its belly, if you held it up, had some firmness to it, which means that there was milk there, or it should have been at least. But it was still wet, so it was still hard to tell whether that was just residual from being born or whether it was actual milk in the belly. So I waited an hour, stuck my finger in his mouth, and it was warm, or she was warm. And she was also alert, moving around. So that made a big difference in terms of me knowing that she was okay. And then I was able to go to bed. So I try not to interfere much and let them be their moms. But at the same time, I like a live lamb. So I do monitor, but try not to interfere. And there's two different philosophies on that. You could, there's lots of farmers who just let it be, right? And either they make it or they don't. And that's an okay philosophy too for a lot of farmers. But for me, I don't like to lose any lambs. I hate it. Or you too. I don't like them to, for them to have to lose their lambs. So, there she's peeing. So that's a good sign that she's definitely getting milk. She's definitely getting something coming through her. One thing that is going on with this lamb that is something of note, and it's going to be hard to tell without getting really close, and I don't like to bother her, is that, I don't know if you can tell, but her feet have kind of like a slipper look, like where her ankles are kind of like sunken down. That does happen sometimes with lambs. And some people put some like little braces on them. I'm not going to do that. I think that most times it works itself out with time. It stiffens up and they end up being okay. And generally, one of two things are happening. It's going to get better, right? If it doesn't get better, then you have a choice. It means that there's probably something. She shouldn't be bred. She's not going to improve the genetics of your flock. And so she'll enter the meat side of my production line. And if they do stiffen up there, she's fine. She's fine to be bred. And God, she's beautiful. So I would love to have her continue on as one of my ewes. But she's got to be structurally sound because I want each of my ewes to be passing on better and better genetics each year. So even if she's beautiful, if she's not genetically sound, meaning her bone structure is correct, as she gets older, that she's parasite resistant, that she grows effectively, not all those things happen, then she should not be bred because she's not improving the line of my flock. And the best way to have no problems is to breed correctly. Breed good ewes to good rams, you really just don't have too many problems then. So anyways, so that's the first lamb of the year. I'll keep you updated on what else happens.